The legend of Bloody Mary. The legend of Bloody Mary is a famous and chilling folklore tale that has been passed down through generations, often as a sleepover or campfire story. The core of the legend involves a ghost or spirit named Bloody Mary, who is said to appear in a mirror when her name is chanted multiple times. The specifics of the ritual and the nature of Mary's appearance vary, but the essence remains a spine-tingling encounter with a supernatural entity. The ritual. The most common version of the ritual involves standing in front of a mirror in a dark room, often with only a single candle for illumination. Participants chant Bloody Mary a specific number of times, usually 3, 13, or 100. The repeated chanting is believed to summon the spirit, who then appears in the mirror. Descriptions of Bloody Mary's appearance differ widely. Some say she appears as a beautiful woman, others as a horrific, blooded spectre. In many versions, she is said to scratch the participant's face, claw out their eyes, or even drag them into the mirror. Historical background. The origins of the Bloody Mary legend are murky, but there are a few historical figures and cultural elements that may have contributed to the tale. Mary I of England, 1516 to 1558, known as Bloody Mary, she was the daughter of King Henry VIII and Queen Catherine of Aragon. Mary I earned her nickname due to her persecution of Protestants in her efforts to restore Roman Catholicism in England, resulting in the execution of hundreds. Her reign was marked by religious turmoil and the burning of heretics at the stake. Mary, Queen of Scots, 1542 to 1587. Another figure often associated with the legend, though less directly, is Mary, Queen of Scots. Her turbulent life, marked by political intrigue, imprisonment, and execution, has made her a figure of tragic historical fascination. Elizabeth Bathory, 1560 to 1614, known as the Blood Countess, Elizabeth Bathory was a Hungarian noblewoman accused of torturing and killing hundreds of young women. Legends claim she bathed in their blood to retain her youth, further cementing her place in macabre folklore. Psychological and cultural interpretations. The Bloody Mary ritual is often seen as a form of folklore that explores themes of vanity, guilt, and fear of the unknown. Mirrors have long been associated with magic and the supernatural, often viewed as portals to other realms or as tools for divination. Psychologists suggest that the Bloody Mary legend and its associated ritual play into common human fears and the power of suggestion. Staring into a dimly lit mirror can cause the brain to create illusions or hallucinations, a phenomenon known as the Troxler effect. This effect can make it seem as though a face is changing or that an apparition is appearing, especially when heightened by the tension and anticipation of the ritual. Modern popularity. Despite, or perhaps because of its eerie nature, the Bloody Mary legend remains popular in modern culture. It is a staple of horror movies, television shows, and urban legend collections. Stories and experiences of encountering Bloody Mary are shared widely, perpetuating the tale and keeping it alive in contemporary folklore. Bloody Mary in popular culture. The legend of Bloody Mary has inspired numerous works of fiction, including films, Urban Legend, Bloody Mary, 2005, and The Legend of Bloody Mary, 2008, are horror movies directly inspired by the legend. Television, episodes of shows like Supernatural, Charmed, and Ghost Whisperer have featured plots revolving around Bloody Mary. Books. Numerous horror anthologies and folklore collections include stories about Bloody Mary, exploring various interpretations and expansions of the legend. Video games. The character of Bloody Mary appears in games such as FEAR and The Wolf Among Us, further embedding her in popular culture. Conclusion. The legend of Bloody Mary is a compelling blend of history, psychology, and supernatural lore. Whether seen as a cautionary tale about vanity, a psychological experiment in fear and suggestion, or simply a spooky story to share in the dark, Bloody Mary continues to captivate and terrify. Her tale is a testament to the enduring power of folklore and the human fascination with the mysterious and the macabre. Story 1. The Sleepover Incident. In a small town in rural America, a group of middle school girls gathered for a sleepover at their friend Emma's house. It was a cold, rainy night, perfect for telling ghost stories. As the evening wore on, the conversation turned to urban legends. Inevitably, someone mentioned Bloody Mary. The girls, fueled by curiosity and a desire to prove their bravery, decided to perform the Bloody Mary ritual in Emma's bathroom. The bathroom was small and windowless, creating an ideal setting for the eerie ritual. They lit a single candle and positioned it on the sink, its flickering flame casting long shadows on the walls. One by one, the girls took turns standing in front of the mirror, chanting Bloody Mary 3 times. The first few girls reported nothing unusual, aside from feeling a bit spooked by the darkened room and the tense atmosphere. However, when it was Emma's turn, things took a sinister turn. As Emma chanted Bloody Mary for the 3rd time, the room grew noticeably colder. The candle's flame flickered wildly, as if caught in an invisible breeze. Emma stared intently into the mirror, her reflection distorted by the dancing light. Suddenly, her friends saw her expression change from curiosity to terror. Emma let out a blood-curdling scream and stumbled backward, knocking the candle to the floor. The bathroom was plunged into darkness, and the other girls rushed to turn on the light. When the room was illuminated again, they saw Emma huddled in the corner, shaking uncontrollably. Her face was pale, and there were fresh scratches on her cheeks, as if inflicted by unseen claws. Emma later recounted that she had seen a shadowy figure with long, tangled hair and glowing eyes appear behind her in the mirror. The figure reached out with clawed hands, and Emma felt an intense, icy pain on her face. Terrified, she had tried to back away, but the apparition seemed to follow her until the light was restored. The girls never spoke of the incident again, but they were forever changed by that night. Emma carried the faint scars on her cheeks as a permanent reminder of their encounter with Bloody Mary. Story 2: The College Dorm Experience. In the fall of 2007, a group of college freshmen moved into their dormitory at a large university. Among them was Sarah, a history major with a fascination for folklore and urban legends. One evening, as she and her new friends were sharing stories, the topic of Bloody Mary came up. Eager to test the legend, they decided to perform the ritual in the dorm's communal bathroom. The bathroom was large and stark, with harsh fluorescent lights and mirrors lining one wall. Sarah and 3 of her friends waited until midnight, then turned off all but one of the lights, creating a dim and unsettling ambience. They gathered in front of the largest mirror, holding hands to bolster their courage. Together, they chanted Bloody Mary 13 times, as this version of the legend demanded. For a moment, nothing happened. Then, the mirror seemed to ripple, as if the glass had turned to water. The friends stared in disbelief as a dark figure materialized behind their reflections. The figure was a woman, her face obscured by long, matted hair. She wore a tattered, blood-stained dress, and her eyes glowed with an unnatural light. The room grew cold, and a foul, decaying smell filled the air. One of the girls, Rachel, gasped and dropped Sarah's hand, breaking the circle. In that instant, the figure lunged forward, its hands pressing against the glass as if trying to break through. The friends screamed and scrambled to turn on the lights. When the fluorescent lights flickered back on, the figure vanished, leaving only the mirror's surface, now fogged with condensation. Shaken but relieved, the girls tried to laugh off the experience as a shared hallucination. However, Rachel noticed something alarming the next morning. She had bruises around her wrists, as if someone had grabbed her with a vice-like grip. Over the next few days, the bruises darkened and became more painful, prompting Rachel to visit the campus health center. The nurse was baffled by the bruises, unable to find a logical explanation for their sudden appearance. Rachel's friends grew more concerned as she began to experience nightmares of the woman in the mirror, waking up each night drenched in sweat and paralyzed with fear.